Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. What I'm going to be talking about today is a depression update. I was on Buspar and hydroxyzine before. I am now, there's some changes. So I'm just here to update you guys on those and tell you what happened and what things are looking like now. So I was on Buspar and hydroxyzine. Hydroxyzine was just as needed, and it was 10 milligrams. I could take it up to 6 times a day if I needed to. However, I never really took it more than once a day, and it was usually more like 2 to 3 times a week, but it just got to the point where I really hated it. Like, I did not take it at all. Every time I took it, I felt like I just got really tired and I had to take a nap. I couldn't take it at work. I didn't feel comfortable taking it and driving. Every time I took it, it got worse, where I just had this like very subdued effect. And then the next day I was actually still recovering from it. So just the whole thing, I didn't like taking it. It was working for a while. And then it just got worse and worse to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. My Buspar, I was on 15 milligrams daily. She told me that that was a very low dose. The doctor who prescribed it to me told me that it was a very low dose. Well, I hit a brick wall with it. It was working, not working. And it was really bad because it was like I just hit some bumps in the road with my life. You know, my son got a diagnosis that I really didn't see coming, and then my boyfriend and I like got into an argument. You know, it was like we made up like immediately after, but it was still like, you know, just like a bump in the road. And then something else happened. I don't remember, but it was like 3 things all at the same time that tanked me. Like, I did not want to get out of bed. I started not liking my job, and I love my job. I was really tired all the time, zero motivation. Another thing I did not like about Buspar was it felt like I couldn't cry. Like, I was deeply depressed, very sad, and I couldn't cry. Like, there was no... Anyone who's experienced this before knows what I'm talking about, and it's one of the most frustrating and actually scary things. It is scary because it is one of those things where I enjoy emotions. I enjoy feeling sadness when it comes and happiness when it comes, and you know, it's like I like to ride the waves, and it was like I was not able to ride the waves effectively because it wasn't letting me cry. And it was almost like it took all the waves away, and it was just like a still ocean. So I went to a doctor here and I said, hey, this isn't working anymore. Like literally not working anymore. Like it was working and now it's not. And so she took a look at my entire picture, health concerns, life concerns, all that stuff, which I love it when doctors do that. It's really nice. And she said, how does the hydroxyzine make you feel? And I was like, terrible. It makes me feel terrible. Like at first it was really nice and it really relaxed me and I really enjoyed taking it. But now it's like I cannot take it without going to bed almost immediately after. It's also one of those things where I'm feeling it the next day and it takes me a couple of days to recover after taking it. So she actually put 2 and 2 together and said she did not want me taking it anymore because I suffer from low blood pressure. And because I have lupus nephritis, which is a form of kidney disease, I have to take a blood pressure medication to protect my kidneys from the disease that lowers my blood pressure even more. And the effect of hydroxyzine is one that can lower blood pressure. So it had such a subdued effect. So she was looking at my stuff and she was just like, I'm surprised you're not picking yourself up off the floor after you take this. And I'm like, well, I basically am. Like, it really does put me out. So she was like, yeah, you don't have to take that anymore. I don't want you on it. So I was like, okay, no problem. So then we talked about Buspar. The thing with Buspar is they told me I was on a low dose when I was prescribed it. And then the doctor in South Carolina, here in Charleston, said that it was actually a high dose. So she was just like, I don't want you on it. There is some evidence to suggest that taken in addition to Zoloft, it can have a really good effect. But just taken by itself, she's like, I'm not comfortable with that with your particular symptoms. And so I was like, okay, that's totally fine. So she put me on 25 milligrams of Zoloft to start out, and she's gonna see me after a month just to see how we're doing. She says she is probably going to increase it, but if you start out with a low dose, any side effects that come along with it can be slight at the beginning and then hopefully go away as your body adjusts to the medication. As far as side effects, I did experience some upset stomach for about 2 days after I started taking it. After that, it totally went away. Other common side effects are, more drastic changes in mood, as well as headaches, sleepiness, stuff like that. I am sleeping so well, like literally great night's sleep every single night, which is really nice. A way better sleep than Buspar ever gave me, so that is really great. I am experiencing more sleepiness where I feel pretty tired at the end of the day and I'm ready to take a nap / go to bed for 12 hours. So one thing that she did was do something which is called cross titrating, which is where it's almost a graph like this, where you come off a medication at the same time you're building another medication up. And starting tomorrow, I'm going to be off Buspar completely. So another thing that she had me do was keep Buspar as kind of a top up for when I get really bad anxiety. So she wants me to have a baseline dose of Zoloft, and then whenever I'm having really high anxiety days, to take a Buspar on top of it. She says that more evidence supports that approach than it just being a medication that you take consistently. So that's the current plan. I see her in 2 weeks and we're going to talk about where I am with my symptoms and where I am with the dosage. Once I started getting on Zoloft, I was able to cry again, which was really refreshing. However, I got to the point where I was crying too much. I am kind of still in that space where I'll just be going about my day or driving down the road or something like that, and it'll just be like, what am I even doing with my life? And I'll just like start crying, and everything's a big deal right now, and so I'm weepy. I'm downright weepy, and I have the sads still. After I see her again, we'll see what she says. We'll see if she wants to increase it. I am doing this in addition to therapy, which is very helpful. I don't know how much depression is just the cycles of your life, like the cycles of the earth or something. I don't know. But it was like after I moved, I started processing some things that I've not thought about in decades. So it's like, it's good to have therapy and medication to kind of like help you through those things as you're cleaning them out of your psyche. And another thing is like, things have been so busy since my divorce. Like I've just been trying so hard to create like a stable home for my kid and also get, a YouTube up and running and also an Etsy shop up and running and, hopefully get more traffic on my Instagram for my YouTube and my Etsy shop type thing. That it's like, I didn't really have an opportunity to slow down and take a beat and process any of the stuff that was coming up naturally for me at the time. So I'm doing that now because I'm actually in a place where I want to be. I don't feel like I'm working towards getting to Charleston at breakneck speed like I was in Indianapolis or Lafayette. So I am taking time to actually like go through the stuff that my body and psyche want me to go through naturally. So that's great. Just a little call to you to get in touch with your medical provider if your medication is not working or if it stops working. That is something that turns out happens. Give it some time. I'm giving Zoloft some time right now. It's So far, it's kind of working. I do have some good days. I do think she needs to increase the dose, which she suspected when she first prescribed it to me. She just wanted me to have a month on a lower dose just to see how I did. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys on the depression update. I hope you're doing well. Let me know what you're taking, how it's going, all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for staying posted on all my stuff. Another thing is just a little announcement and a request for feedback from you guys. I am going to do a question and answer video. If you guys want to post a question here in the comments, you can also DM me over on Instagram. My handle is just Tori at Tori Brame. It's just my name, same as my YouTube channel. I try to keep things simple for you. If you have any questions about depression, about lupus, about me in general, anything like that, just go ahead and ask them, and I'm gonna take a few weeks to just compile some questions, and then I will answer them either in specific videos or all in my question and answer video if it's like a short, 2-minute answer or 1-minute answer, 15-second answer. I don't know. I can be brief. I definitely can be brief. This is a brief video. So anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I will talk to you on the flip-flop.